How everybody doing today? How's y'all mama and them doing? I have not, I don't know, guys. Man, I'm down here enjoying this little spot that I've been filming at since I started my, my social media career, basically. Got a couple of days left to film in here and then I'm done. Trying to find a new place. But it is what it is, guys. My poor wife working her butt off, like getting everything packed up. She's taking carloads now. But we're getting our internet turned on in a new place today. That'd be nice. But yeah, she working her butt off. Like, her butt is shrunk. Like literally, it is like gone down sizes. Which I like a fat booty. I ain't gonna lie. It's still pretty plump. But I mean, she losing it. God, I should probably edit that out. But y'all know me, one take, no edits. Anyway, guys, I got an issue this morning. And normally I'm on here giving you guys advice on car audio. But hey, I don't know everything. And I'll be the first to admit that. And today's, a pretty good indication of that. I have alternator noise. And, this Jeep has been fighting me with alternator noise forever. I've done swapped up and got the good old fancy RCA cables. Had to roll my window up, noisy. But yeah, I've gotten the old fancy RCA cables and that didn't do nothing for me. And finally, to combat it, what I wound up doing is the ground wire on my head unit, I ran that bad boy straight back to the battery back there. Before that, I even gave it its own power wires. Like, I didn't use the one in the dash. That looks crazy on camera. But, yeah, I don't use the power wires that were factory for the radio. I gave it its own wires and its own ground to the back. And that pretty much eliminated the alternator noise I had forever. But I got a new problem. Now, if I turn both alternators on, I have alternator noise. If I turn on alternator number 1, I have alternator noise. If I turn alternator number 1 off and turn on number 2, the alternator noise goes away. So that's leading me to believe, I'm not a smart man, but that's leading me to believe that there might be something wrong with that alternator. So if you're an alternator guy, if Douglas, if you're watching, inbox me or drop a comment and tell me if this issue sounds like something wrong with an alternator. And if it is, I'll take the bad boy and have it fixed. But, it's charging, both, One thing I do love about the Fat Boy regulator is you can switch between alternators by the flick of a switch. And I like that because just to keep testing both alternators, I'll drive for a week or two on one alternator. Then I'll turn that alternator off and turn the other alternator on. And it seems to work really well, but I noticed that one of my alternators, I have like bad engine alternator whine through the system. So that's kind of an issue for me. But yeah, guys, I feel for you guys that are fighting alternator whine. Like, there is nothing worse. You actually have to have your system turned up all the time, or if you turn it down, you hear that, wee, God, it drive you crazy. But yeah, alternator noise is real, and I have done everything under the sun to fight it in my life. We're talking everything from high-end fancy RCA cables that turned out to be junk, different grounds, pretty much everything on my system is grounded straight at the battery. So I shouldn't really have alternator noise at all, but I do. I've even had an issue in here before, guys, and this is going to trip y'all out. Like, I got bad alternator noise right after the sundown show, and it was worse than alternator noise because it was just this ungodly loud sound coming through my mids. And I noticed, you know, it was so bad, I turned the radio off that morning, and we went to McDonald's up there in Hickory to get some breakfast before we went to this show the next day, or well, that day. It was the day after sundown. And we get back in the Jeep, and I turn the system back on, and like, lo and behold, that noise was gone. And then I hit a bump, and it came back. And I realized if I beat on the driver door, or like beat the system, I could get it to go off. So, you know, after all this was over and I'm home, I go out there the next day and I pull everything out of my passenger door, because obviously I pinpointed the problem there. And I started looking, and you know, the push terminal that you put your wire through, like, and it holds it. There wasn't really much sticking through the back of the push terminal, but there was enough, and the whole terminal, it was bolted on, like the little piece that holds the two push terminals. And it had like turned, because it had like a little screw and bolt that held it to the basket. But the thing had turned, and one of the wires was touching the basket. Now, normally that wouldn't be an issue because it was a powder-coated basket, but I guess beating around in that door long enough, it had like, the wire had rubbed and rubbed enough of the powder coat off that it was grounding itself against that basket. Now, that basket is mounted into wood. So theoretically, there shouldn't even be anything on that basket that would like cause it to have a ground issue, but lo and behold, it did. Because I wound up putting everything back in and left that one speaker unhooked, and it's like nothing. And I wound up hooking that speaker back up out of the door and like tightening that piece up to where it couldn't twist anymore. And nothing. I put it back in and nothing. But there's some weird things in car audio that we don't understand sometimes, that just cause weird things to happen. Like I've seen other electronics in a car cause issues with ground noise. It won't even be anything like to do with the system. You know, it could be like, I've seen people turn their heater on and it happens. So yeah, everything's really weird. And like me, myself, this is a unibody Jeep, so it don't really have a frame. But I do have extra grounds ran from like my under hood battery delete to the body, trying to get some of this like squared away. And I had it under control for the most part, unless I turned one specific alternator on. So we're at a point in our life now where we're down kind of to one alternator. I guess if I was demoing, I can only run one anyway, unless I'm at a show demoing. But I could turn the other alternator on, and as long as I got the volume turned up a little bit, you don't even really hear the noise. But if you turn it down, like to just comfortable cruising level, it will drive you bonkers. And I don't like bonkers, guys. But I guess that's going to be my video for today. I really didn't have a lot to discuss. I more or less had a question for you guys. One alternator, bad noise. Other alternator is fine. I probably need to take that alternator in to have it fixed. But I want to know what you guys think, you know. I don't think the old fat boy regulator's got any problems going on, because that thing's been tried and true. But yeah, let me know what you guys think and what I should do, and I'll go from there. After I get this move done, I can pull that bad boy off, put the stock unit in its place, and have it fixed. Which, God, it's a bitch to change alternators on these Jeeps. It's like down low in the motor. Oh, Lordy, it's a pain. Got to take the fan blade off, fan shroud out. Yeah. But anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for watching my videos. I noticed my rebase video got a lot of love yesterday. And it seems like there's a lot of people that do support, like DJ Siren, DJ Rustico's Got 160s. I did go on the old site this morning that we were talking about, and they actually changed the name of all of Jacob's music, you know, Mr. Got 160s, to Got 159.9s. That, I mean, beyond, other than being pathetic, I don't even understand that, you know. It's like, oh yeah, we'll remove all your music. They just changed the name of the files to 159.9. It blows my mind how pathetic some people can be in this world. And, you know, I've gotten some hate for supporting those particular rebasers. But, you know, people can say what they want to. Like one guy commented that there will be other rebasers to take their place. You guys don't get, nobody can take their place. Not right now. I mean, if they're going to do it full time, because these two rebasers do it full time, and they put out more music than anybody. They put out 5 times more music than anybody else, 10 times. Like nobody else has the extensive library that they do. And they're pretty much better than everybody else at what they do. Don't get me wrong, there's some people out there doing really good tracks, because I think his name's Logan Fletcher, the guy that did the Woodchuck song. That dude lays down some pretty good tracks. I mean, they're clean, no clipping. You know, they're at like negative 5 dB or below, which is what everybody really needs. That dude, he does some pretty fire edits, but you know, he ain't doing the mass quantity that Rusticles and Siren do. So, but anyway, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and you know, I'm striving to make this channel grow more and more, and I've been focusing on it so hard that my TikTok's dropping off, but I think YouTube's a more important platform by far. So I'm doing what I got to do, guys. I'm out here hustling. I'm, you know, putting in the time and effort to make it work. I just appreciate all you guys for watching. So if you're new to the channel, go check out some of my other videos and maybe subscribe, like this video, drop a comment. Peace out, guys. Love y'all. Bass on.